kind of the main thing. So to kind of recap it all, um, really the drums have a lot of power. But I think the most practical things are, learning dynamics, um, being consistent in really listening. I think if there's a theme out of all the different techniques, it's really like listening for what the kick and the snare are doing. I think if you can get the kick and snare right, everything else almost just falls into place. Um, but and then the other thing is just like practically more than just practicing, the songs and drum fills and all that. Practice literally just, hitting the drums, playing with a metronome. It seems boring, but even practicing, hitting your snare, uh, just left and right, and making sure you're hitting it center and making sure you're hitting it with the same volume. If you're hitting it weaker, then that's something to work on. So you get that consistency. The consistency is so key. And then putting it together. Hitting your kick at one level, and then trying to match that with your snare. So hitting them both pretty hard. Um, and your sound guys are gonna thank you for that if you can start to get like the consistency. But then yeah, just the other thing is like, um, hitting your cymbals really soft and trying to glide off of them. Not really soft, I guess, but just soft and not at the same velocity um, that you're doing your snare and your toms. And again, your grip and how you're holding the sticks contributes a lot to that. You want to be kind of loose. Um, I forgot to mention this, but you kind of use more of your wrist than you do your forearm. I'm not whacking the drums like the drummer at Chuck E. Cheese, but I'm using my wrist uh, and kind of working with the drum. And that'll also, we didn't really talk a lot about fast songs, but that will also give you speed around the kit. It's so much faster to use your wrist than it is to use that whole motion. It also will wear you out less, which is just another practical thing. So